Okay, so I had the topic of gender for Girl Waits with Gun. I focused more on the women in the book and the feminine roles, which obviously I focused on the narrator, focused on Constance Kopp. Um, so at a imposing 6 foot and 190 pounds, Constance already didn't have the feminine look that was acceptable for women in the early 19th century. Early on, it was pretty clear that Constance did not have any desire to fit into the role of the common woman of her time. She had no interest in spending her time laboring chores at home with a husband, um, or anything like that. She desired for something more than what she was supposed to be. She did like cook for her family, but she and clean and stuff like that, but that she just knew that wasn't her only purpose. So her bold and fearless and feisty personality and attitude were qualities that women weren't encouraged to have by society at the time. They were encouraged to kind of be petite and delicate and lay low and kind of just respect the men. But Constance Kopp had no desire to do that. And what's better is that even though this was a novel, this is based on a real person that had um, this kind of personality. So it's not just something that someone made up. So throughout the story, it becomes clear that she wasn't influenced by men and didn't like being manhandled. The story also revealed that she becomes the protector of her sisters, which is more commonly viewed as a masculine role. You know, the head of the household, that kind of positioning. She also ended up paving the way for female cops and females in the justice system by being the first ever woman to become a deputy sheriff or under sheriff, I suppose. This time in history also took place right before women were actually allowed to even vote. This means that Constance worked for a justice system that she wasn't really allowed to even take part in or vote in. This time period also highlighted like the women's suffrage movement, but many other women's rights weren't being accepted into law until later. After the First World War, which was shortly after this time, women were finally beginning to become accepted into society, you know, go out and do things independently and have a wider variety of roles outside of the home. So yeah, to overview, you know, Constance Kopp over and over again kind of defied um the female gender role. She kind of just did her own thing. She was proud, she was bold, she was fearless, you know, she was a sharpshooter, you know, she was smart, she was quick, she was strong, she was tall, you know, she was great. And yeah, it's incredible to think that right after this time, like the women's suffrage movement started taking place. So a lot of like this shift into how society thought about women and what they should be doing and how they should be acting kind of happened after this. So it's kind of interesting to think that even before all those things were normal, she didn't care. She still did what she wanted. So yeah, incredible woman. Incredible to read about. Her gender norms weren't normal to her at all. She just did what she thought was true to herself. So yeah, that was my slide.